mornings. Having NBA Finals tipping off at 9 o'clock Eastern, I got to admit, it's really hard to,
It's a trick, though,
to
man.
stay with it and then to take like what legit is a nap and then get up and do the show.
You got to do like I do.
What do you do? Teach me the ways.
Okay, so you know the game is at 9 or whatever, 9, 10,
well,
10
not,
off,
whatever it is.
Whatever
Spike Lee's got to do his little thing
Everybody's
first.
got to do their thing, right? You got to listen to Jay Will and Maria and Jalen and them. You got to do all that. Woj. But
had a WNBA All-Star game to watch as well.
Leading into that, though, you got to take that. You got to take that 3-hour nap.
When
you drop that down, probably around. See, I dropped mine. I dropped it around 2:30. So I got mine in around 2:33.
So I'm doing it wrong.
And then I got up, made dinner.
Yeah.
And hung out, ate dinner, whatever. Then I caught a little television, and then I led right into Jay Will and them and into the game. So I got that 3 hours in because by the time I closed my eyeballs last night, it was 1-something in the morning.
Yes. Yeah,
so I was like,
right.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was at that lean level, Did he just score? Okay,
You're fading out.
Yeah, I was
and
fading.
You got to rewind for a second.
Yeah, I did. I rewind for a second. You saw the video I sent us making fun of Evan. So I was, in and out.
Crowd.
And that's it though. You gotta get that 3 hours in right around 3 o'clock, right before dinner time.
All right, so I'm taking it too early. I'll come home.
Fight it.
And no. I come home and then I get right. Like I get right to a nap and then wake up, work out.
No, you got to fight it though. You got to fight that nap. If you go right home, work out, eat your lunch.
And now you're up because you got the endorphins, you got your energy. How do you go? How do you take a nap now?
Because that energy is gonna go away if you sit there and you just chill. That energy gonna go away right around 3 o'clock. I'm telling you, that's the move.
It's so much easier doing middays with Bart.
Well,
sleep
Hey, guess what?
Relax.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Just like you, Hinder, you can exit.
No, that's not right. You don't want to see me leave right now because then you'd be all by yourself in this studio.
Oh, I can handle it.
I said I am happy to be here. I'm happy to help out on the show. I am happy to sit with you and talk. I'm just saying I need to learn the schedule of how to watch these games because this was last night's game.
Way to dance.
109-103, where the Bucks get the win and even the series at 2. Like, this wasn't a pretty game by any means. I mean, there were two great performances. Again, Devin Booker had a Devin Booker game, which we wanted.
I enjoyed the game.
It was competitive. It was tough, but the fourth quarter, man, like that, it got real. And the block by Giannis, we'll get to that, signature moment. But we got a series now. We got a series, a best of 3, as the home teams have held serve.
Yeah, and I felt that way going into the game yesterday anyway. I felt like Milwaukee at home, the crowd behind them, the energy behind them, that they eventually would take the lead and not surrender it. And that's exactly what they did. It was almost like a roller coaster ride. They went up and they kept going back down. They went up, kept going back down. Then eventually they went up and over. And once they went over, they were not going back down. So I felt like that the entire time that they got a rhythm going in the game. And once they got the rhythm going in the game after Giannis, you better call me too. Because I'm going to tell you, look at me, Giannis. I'm telling you, stop taking threes.
I was waiting for the text.
Because it's ridiculous.
Because the 1-3, I mean, that was a UFO.
Yeah, man, like, what are you doing?
All of his points, all of his shots were in the paint. All of them, except for the 2 threes he took.
Get ready to trick the game off early. Whenever he was standing out there, waiting, like he was standing out there, waiting to get the ball, I'm sitting screaming at the TV, man, if you don't get your on the block.
It's so true.
Because he's out there, even though he wasn't going to take the 3, he was out there, and I'm saying to myself, because whether it was Devin Booker on the other end or somebody on the other end just hit a jumper, and then all of a sudden Milwaukee gets the ball, go down court, he's out there by the 3-point line, and I'm screaming, said, man, if you don't get down and get low and stop playing around, and I think they finally got in that rhythm again from game 3 where they went back to that game plan. Because early in the game, they were not. It was almost like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
Yeah, Bud had to call a couple of timeouts early on.
Exactly.
But Devin Booker goes for 42. He did get into foul trouble, although then didn't get a foul call. We got a lot to discuss on all that stuff.
The 42 was not an easy 42.
No. He had to work.
So he had to work, man. It was hard.
But that was a Stars 42.
Yeah.
Like, that's a guy that there was no stopping him. Like, he was determined. And this was remember we said he's got to have a Devin Booker game.
Silly fouls.
He had a Devin Booker game. And that's what you wanted. But then Chris Middleton in the fourth quarter just took the game over. I mean, 10 straight points. He goes for 40. You have two guys with 40-point games. We haven't seen that since AI and Shaq, I believe, right, in the finals? Back in the,
I don't know. They won
that's
one
the last
game,
time I
and
think you
that's
saw.
all I remember.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Lakers fan.
Philly won one game, and after that, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Chris Paul story, the angle in this too. There's so much to break down from this game, but it really is that first compelling game of the series where there's really a lot of things to talk about. And as I mentioned, once again, now it's tied at 2, and the series heads back to Phoenix for Game 5, which we'll have to wait till Saturday night. Again, another couple of days off in between. But the story, I think the play that everybody's talking about, the signature play was the block shot. Not even a block shot. I don't even know what you want to call it because it was more of a blocked pass. It was an alley-oop on a pick and roll.
Block shot.
You think that was a shot?
Yeah, because if he's not there, he dunks it.
Yeah, I guess it is. Because he did catch it. And then Giannis play like that.
Now that I've watched it
over and over again.
Yeah,
remember, it's just over a minute to go in the game.
It's good, but I could break it down a lot of different ways. It's not the impressive as far as him being able to get back on the pick and roll and get back. That was impressive. But Ayton didn't get a full grip on the ball to be able to hold on to it. See, he didn't really get he didn't get it in his palm of his hand.
He knocked it out of his
hands. He got
hands.
it on his fingertips.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I didn't see that early, but now that I'm slowing it down and I'm looking at it.
A ton of angles on it right now.
He didn't really get it, and he's leaning, and he's falling back from the ball. He's not leaning into it.
Yeah, I get it.
Still good.
So you're telling me that's
still
not
good,
but it's not as impressive as LeBron's.
Not as impressive as LeBron's or Giannis's first block in game one.
All right, but this could be the series. This could mean the series. Like this could be the signature play of the series if the Bucks now go on to win the championship because they're up 2, protecting a lead. Little over a minute to go in the game. He puts that down. Momentum for the Suns. We're tied. Of course, now next possession is the only one that matters. But still, he gets that block, preserving that lead.
Yeah.
Suns never have another chance for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
to do anything.
It's good, but I mean, just the overall block.
888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. No, you're an athlete. I mean, no matter what sport you play, when you're a pro, you see things different than regular people. I've always felt that way. You're seeing something that the rest of us aren't.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's leaning, he's falling back.
Well, take that from a wide receiver perspective. A pass is coming, and a corner tips it away from right.
You need to go attack the football when it's in the air.
Yeah.
You go get it. You don't go away from it because when you go away from it, that's when the guy's going to be able to.
Right, but that's a timing play, and if you time it just the wrong way, and now you've got to kind of fade back to get it because the pass was a little too high, the corner might have a chance to tip it away from you when you're like, my fingers were barely on the ball.
And your fingertips are not as strong,
of course,
as the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, interesting. But I'll ask the question again at KeyJNZ on Twitter, 888-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Where do you rank this block? Pat Connaughton said this is the best block in finals history. Now, he might be biased. Yeah, he said that.
He's a Buck fan.
He's a player. He's a player. Yeah, of
course
who did Pat Connaughton.
Oh, Connaughton.
Yeah.
Social media.
No, he felt like that. That's what he felt. But, of course, in the moment, he's biased. He plays for Milwaukee. But the LeBron play, I'll tell you, LeBron probably doesn't want it to be the greatest block in finals history. Remember, LeBron's the one who said that's the play in 2016 that made him the GOAT. Where do you see that block, and where do you see now this series going? 888-729-3776, 888-SAY ESPN. So a lot to get to.
That clean.
No, you're right. When you pointed that out, I didn't even look at his hands.
Yeah.
I was watching Giannis the whole time and what he did.
Sorry.
You pointed that out.
Diminish the hype.
No, man, so much to get to on this. Later in the show, we've got Cam Newton. He's going to join us at the 9 o'clock hour. You don't want to miss that. The Patriots quarterback and everything that's happened up in New England as they are retooling there to see if they can get back to prominence after Tom Brady wins a championship elsewhere. But coming up next, more on the NBA Finals, including Chris Paul. And another tough performance from him. He put it on his shoulders. 5 more turnovers for him. That's 15 in the last 3 games. How concerned are we about Chris Paul and the ligament damage that is done to his hand? What is impacting the game? His chances to win a title now that it's 2-2. All that coming up after Key has this.